Hi, my name is Wade Simmons of Amber Education Services, and welcome to the video on the Self-Employment Program, which is offered by the Employment Program of British Columbia. For some individuals who are out of work, the thought crosses their mind to become self-employed, to launch their own business, rather than to, again, look for employment. Sometimes it's become difficult to find opportunities to apply our skill in an employment situation, or perhaps we've been injured or ill and we need to find a work environment which is suitable for portraying our skills. But again, self-employment might be a better answer for that than any kind of employment condition. The idea of this video is to provide you with the information necessary to understand that the program exists, the steps to apply, and perhaps take a look at the pros and cons of starting your own business venture. For me, as a partner in Amber Education Services, I can still remember very clearly 20 years ago the decision to leave behind my career and become self-employed. And of course, it was that usual weighing of risks with opportunity. And certainly I've had that conversation with many people over the years. There's all kinds of positives to say about the idea of being self-employed. There's the freedom, the ability to set your own schedule, to work with people that you want to work with, to do good work. All those good things can be said. And on the flip side, there are concerns over risk, financial loss, consummation of time, demands from a great many customers. So at the end of the day, the question becomes, are the potential rewards of successful self-employment enough to outweigh the risks of being unsuccessful? The self-employment program is here so that you can take a look at a business idea and decide whether or not this is the right career option for you. The self-employment program. So before we talk about what it is, let's make sure that you're eligible first. So to apply to this program, an individual needs to either be attached to EI or be an individual living with a disability. Attached to EI means that you are currently on a regular EI claim, or you have been on any kind of claim at all that has expired within the last 3 years, or that you started a parental claim within the last 5 years and it has now expired. Or you may be an individual living in the community with a disability. Either way, the place to start with this program is to see your case manager at a WorkBC Employment Service Centre and talk to them about your eligibility for the self-employment program. You'll need an action plan which will refer you to the program. And so again, talk to that case manager, or they might be called an employment service advisor, and see if this is a good fit for you. Beyond those technical requirements, there's also some philosophical ones as well. We need to see that an exhaustive job search has been completed. You've tried to find work but cannot. You need to demonstrate that you have some entrepreneurial aptitudes, risk-taking, decision-making, communication skills. You'll need to understand that you have sufficient knowledge and ability to launch your business if approved. So that's both finances, experience, and training in the field that you will be applying your skill. You'll present all of this to us in a concept. And at the same time, probably identifying that you're lacking specific self-employment knowledge, company structure, business license requirements, GST, PST, insurances, use of home, use of vehicle, all of the stuff that comes into play in the operation of a small business. Information that we'll provide you in the workshops so that you can take what you already have and know, combine it with what you're about to learn, and put it together so that you have the best chances for success in your entrepreneurial adventure. So from this information, you may have self-assessed that you are technically eligible for the program and are a strong candidate. So next, let's take a look at the program itself. It is up to 48 weeks in length, the first 10 weeks of which is the development of a business plan so that you have a clear outline of how it is that you are going to move forward in this business. You will, in that time, receive a variety of teachings and workshops around business topics, company structure, taxes, accounting and bookkeeping, marketing, all of the issues that you want to be able to research during the remainder of that time in the 10 weeks so that you can put together a comprehensive plan that is both meant for you to be able to assess the viability of this business, and you will present that plan to a committee, who is in place to give you feedback and ultimately to vote and approve you to move forward into the launch phase, the remaining 38 weeks of the program. The program includes financial supports. Again, in this video, it's difficult to be specific because they may change from time to time, so consult your WorkBC office to be sure what the up-to-date information is. But there is money for living expenses, perhaps dependent care and transportation during certain segments of the program. Again, feel free to give us a call if you would like, and we're happy to explain that and give you the best up-to-date information, or speak with your case manager directly. So now that you understand what the program is, the next question might be, how do I apply? So the first step is to talk to your case manager and develop an action plan, which refers you to the self-employment program. That will lead to an orientation session. This is approximately a one-day event in which we'll do a number of things. We'll talk about being self-employed. We try to role play that and have a little fun with it so we can really feel some of the pressures and some of the successes of what it's like to be in business. You'll complete an entrepreneurial assessment, which is something of a quiz or a test, which compares our skills and attributes to those that are successfully self-employed. And you will receive the actual application, which is both an application form and a concept outline, so that we can understand when we receive it just what this business idea is that you have in mind. So we'll put those things together. We need some time to review it, but ultimately we are looking to approve you into the actual program itself. If we need more information, we'll give you a call, and if you need a hand in putting some of these documents together, by all means contact us at any time, and we're more than happy to help out. So as I mentioned, there are financial supports with the self-employment program, but we want everyone to be aware that these are not a loan, not something which you repay, but it is taxable income. And so that's going to mean a couple of things. But certainly you're going to get a T4E from the program, right? And that will be added to your tax return for that calendar year. So you want to bear that in mind. And depending on what that impact is on your taxes, you want to make sure that you have planned for that. And so we certainly urge everyone considering the program to talk to some sort of a tax professional before they enter it to understand the full impact of receiving the supports during the time that you are in the self-employment program. So to summarize, if you have a strong skill set, but you've been unable to find that employment situation that works well for you, if you've exhausted your job search, then perhaps, as I said, you want to consider the idea of starting your own business. In the hundreds, if not thousands, of people that I've talked to over the years, the number one issue in starting our own business is a fear of failure, a lack of success. So to offset that, imagine that you're receiving some ongoing coaching and mentoring and some basic financial supports for almost up to a year, 48 weeks, while you're in this program. Is that enough of a cushion to enable you to take the step and leave behind an employment career and take on a self-employment career? For me, it was 20 years ago, and although it seems like yesterday in a lot of ways, those issues never stop happening. Every day I'm worried about whether or not the business will continue, and every day I enjoy moments of success as well. So when we're working our way through the workshops, when we're talking about these things, we try to make it as real as we possibly can, because it's certainly not a simple decision. It's something you want to give a lot of thought to. So this program will give you the ability and the time to put together a plan, a business plan, so that you can assess that you've in fact got something which is viable. You'll come into it, of course, with a concept and with the skills and abilities and finances to launch the business that you have in mind, but we're going to add to that, and then we're going to support you during that 48 weeks. It's a lot of fun, but it's a lot of work. And as I said, it's not for everybody, but it might just be for you. And if it is, make that appointment to see your case manager, and let's take a look at when the next date for an orientation session is. Thank you for your time.